Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Gavi and a potential move to PSG and also with Frenkie De Jong, because there has been a lot of talks on Frenkie leaving Barcelona in the summer and maybe going to a team like PSG. The audacity that PSG is having these days, right? The fact that they can think that they can take away Frenkie and Gavi away from Barcelona. Right. Like, yes, I understand that PSG feel offended. They feel a little scared because they're about to lose their best player, and that is Kylian Mbappe, who is going to be going to Real Madrid. And that is one of the reasons on why we have been hearing so many reports on PSG wanting Frenkie and Gavi. And so we are also going to be talking about the latest regarding Hansi Flick and his move to FC Barcelona as the coach. So there's plenty to discuss for today's video. If you guys are diehard Barcelona fans, again, you guys have been Barcelona fans for the past 20 to 25 years, this will be the channel for you. So if you do want to support this YouTube channel, please like, subscribe, also comment in the videos. It's going to be helping me in the YouTube algorithm. All right, so let's freaking do this. And let's talk about Frenkie De Jong first. And it says here, according to Mundo Deportivo, that with the money PSG will save from Mbappe leaving, they can sign Frenkie De Jong and undertake all payments without any problem. So yes, there's interest coming from PSG. And one of the reasons why Barcelona and the fans, they're scared about Frenkie potentially leaving is because Barcelona actually offered a renewal to Frenkie De Jong back in October. So about 4 to 5 months ago. And yet, Frenkie De Jong has yet to respond. And we know why this is happening. That is because the agent wants to wait. And the reason why he wants to wait is because he wants to invite as many offers as possible from the Premier League, the French League, the German League, everywhere, the Italian League, get as many high offers as much as possible, present them later in the summer, and face Joan Laporta and say, these are the offers that I have collected, can you match these offers? That is the reason why the agent is waiting, and why we have not been hearing any response coming from Frenkie De Jong and the renewal offer that Barcelona have presented. Now, keep in mind that this offer that Barcelona have presented, they want to extend them for another 4 to 5 years, but the reason why they want to extend him for even more is because the money that he is owed, which will be about 33 million euros for these next 2 years, they want to spread out those 33 million euros into 5 to 6 years so they can have more room to breathe in the wage bill for these next couple of years and afford more players. So it does benefit Barcelona, and yes, it does in a way lower the salary of Frenkie De Jong because it is just so much money. Can you imagine letting go of 33 million euros to 72 million euros from the Barcelona accounts? That would be insane and a huge benefit for Barcelona, to be honest. Now, Mundo Deportivo continues to say, it will remain to be decided if Frenkie De Jong, in case he does decide to leave, will bet on playing for PSG or prefers to play in the Premier League. Tottenham have already shown interest in him. Manchester United already tried 2 years ago. Chelsea is also another option. So there is a lot of options that Frenkie De Jong and the agent do have. Now, I don't know where Frenkie's head is at, because we have to remember that Frenkie is now a father, right? He is a father, he has a son or a daughter, I believe, and he has his wife, Mickey. And maybe, like as you do age and you gain all of these other responsibilities, maybe your options do change. Maybe the way that you view life does change. Maybe they want more money. Maybe they want a better life for the whole family. And Frenkie De Jong is not just thinking about himself, but also his wife and kid. So at the moment, PSG want to take advantage of the fact that Frenkie De Jong would be willing to listen to offers in this summer in order to get him. Now look, for me, as a Barcelona fan, ideally, I would want Frenkie De Jong to stay. I want him to have continuity. And I want Barcelona to figure out how they can sign a world-class central defensive midfielder to accompany Frenkie De Jong. But if, for example, let's say Barcelona say it's impossible for us to bring in a brand new pivot without the sale of a big time player, which in this case is Frenkie De Jong, then as much as it does hurt for me, then we're gonna have to let go of Frenkie and have him go to a different club, whether it's PSG, Chelsea, or Manchester United. Because remember that we do need a great physical strong pivot in the middle of the pitch, because we need to have much more of a balance in order for us to be successful. And we must be successful. We must be a much more balanced team next season. It is so mandatory. So now let's quickly move on to Gavi. And it says here, according to Marca, that Barcelona have not received any communication from PSG regarding their interest in Gavi, who is considered as an untouchable player by the club. In fact, Gavi is considered to be the future captain of Barcelona. This was a report coming right after many reports also claiming that PSG are interested in Gavi. And again, I understand why PSG are having this ridiculous audacity to try and go for Frenkie and Gavi at the same time, because they're going to be losing Kylian Mbappe. But I'm sorry to say this, right? I am am so sorry, PSG. I am so sorry, Luis Enrique. I know, Luis Enrique, you have brought us the treble. You have brought us the MSN. You gave us the best Barcelona ever, or one of the best Barcelona teams ever. But I'm so sorry that I'm going to have to reject these two players to go to your club. I would not like to see Frenkie De Jong go to PSG. And I would especially, for sure, not like to see Gavi go to PSG. I just don't want to see that. To me, Gavi is a fundamental player, a player that we definitely do need, a player that showcased, right, that without, like, seeing a Barcelona without Gavi is a much different Barcelona, a very less aggressive Barcelona that seems so shy and scared about everything that they want to do. With Gavi in the pitch, he inspires all of the players in the squad. Everything that he does on the pitch, whether it's a defensive duel, an offensive duel, whether he has to do an aerial duel, any of those duels, Gavi goes 110%. He brings in the spirit, and a lot of the players do follow that type of energy. So Gavi is a player that would not leave. You can sell something else. If you think that we want to sell Gavi to you, to PSG, right? Like, no. Like, if the only thing that we're going to be selling is our left nut, we're not going to be selling Gavi. You are crazy. So Sport also claimed that Gavi will stay at Barcelona and that he will not even listen to PSG. Xavi Hernandez also said, Gavi must stay. For me, there is no color. Gavi has to be the Barca of the future. And that is what we all agree on. Gavi will not leave for sure. So if you guys are like nervous about whether Gavi's going to be leaving, no, it's not going to happen. He's going to come back from that ACL injury and come back stronger than ever and represent us better than ever before. So now lastly, I do want to quickly talk about Hansi Flick and the latest regarding like our search for our brand new coach that will be replacing Xavi Hernandez. And it says here, according to Mundo, that it seems like Barcelona are considering a German school manager to replace Xavi Hernandez, which means that it could be Nagelsmann, it could be Hansi Flick, it could be Thomas Tuchel, who also, right, presented himself to Barcelona, and also Jurgen Klopp, who are all in the end being valued by the club. Adrian Sanchez also said that there are people at the board who believe that in recent years, the team has not been coached by an elite level coach. It is something that they are going to demand from the new coach, meaning that whoever they do bring in, they're going to be saying, hey, look, we have not been able to meet our standards. We have not been able to go far into the Champions League. We have not been able to compete for La Liga consistently. We need you to bring us an elite level, to bring us as to be considered as one of the best teams in the world, and even more than that. And to me, in my opinion, like, if we're going to go and name Nagelsmann, Hansi Flick, Thomas Tuchel, and Jurgen Klopp as the only four German coaches that can coach Barcelona, in my opinion, the only two coaches that I think could bring Barcelona at a high level and can compete with a Real Madrid team that has Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius and Tchouaméni is to bring in either Hansi Flick or Jurgen Klopp. Those are the only two ones. And I don't even see Jurgen Klopp coming to Barcelona because he wants to have a 1-year rest, right? After this summer does come, he's not going to be coaching any team. He wants to have a 1-year rest, which ultimately leads towards one coach, and that is Hansi Flick. You can tell me that Thomas Tuchel is more experienced. I don't care. Look at that disaster that he has been doing with Bayern Munich. I do not want Thomas Tuchel. No, thank you. As a matter of fact, it has been stated that Pini Xavi, who has a great relationship with Joan Laporta, who is also an agent, is now the agent of Hansi Flick. They have just found an agreement. Like, literally, Hansi Flick and Pini Xavi were like, yes, you can represent me. This happened like 2 or 3 days ago. And as of now, the manager is yet to make a decision on his future. Now, there's also another club that want Hansi Flick back because of what's currently going on with Thomas Tuchel, and that is Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are pushing hard for Hansi Flick to come back to the club. The manager wants to stay calm and not rush his decision, and he wants to also evaluate a potential Barcelona proposal. And let me tell you, the reason why he wants to evaluate what Barcelona want to bring in is because he wants to know what type of flexibility he can have in the summer, because he does not want to go to a club where he knows that he can only sign one La Liga player, and that's it, and he can't sign any other player from the Premier League or from the German League or from the Italian League. He does not want to go to a club where he's going to be very restricted, because that's only going to ruin his resume even more as a coach. So I understand where Hansi Flick is coming from, and ideally, and I hope that Joan Laporta says, hey, look, this is going to be our offer. We are going to be receiving this amount of money. This is who we can afford, and you're also going to be allowed to bring in one superstar, which I think would fascinate Hansi Flick, because he has already stated that he would love to work with the youngsters that Barcelona have, but we are missing those missing puzzles, and it's going to be taking some money for us to afford those missing puzzles, whether it's a world-class pivot or a world-class left winger. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.